Now, if you guys are aware, like Charlie, Apple is like that company where then just chalk back, then just relax, make everybody else go, make everybody else take the lead. Yeah, I believe those things are like really like sometimes I think it's a marketing strategy. Okay, you allow, yes, we all know what we're doing, we all are going to be doing the same thing, we are going to be producing the same devices. Apple is going to Apple is that company that then go chalk, then go relax, see what everybody else is doing. And I think it's strategic, okay? And in that, like, think about it. If you relax, everybody rushes into it. Yeah, I do this, I did this, I can do this, my device can do this, it have this function, has this function. I believe Apple is that company that just stays back and says, okay, I see you, I hear you, and all of that. They look out for the loopholes, they look out for the all of the advantages, the weaknesses, and they are always in the end. You can trust Apple to always come up with something more refined, more like way better in functionality. Like you would tend to love it. Okay, that's how I see Apple. They just that company where Charlie, they know they rush things. Like yeah, they have a whole ecosystem to their name. Okay, their own devices to their name. They're operate in an entirely different realm. Okay, or an entirely different business model, I would say. So I say this to bring you the fact that Apple this time around is going to get into AI. Like they are going into AI full time. Let me find this story. So for the last several months, Apple has been testing on AppleGPT, rival that could compete with ChatGPT, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Work on AI is a priority for Apple. The company designing an Ajax, that's what they're going to call it, Ajax framework for large language models. So Apple has an internal chat box that some engineers have been referring to as AppleGPT, but Apple would not, of course, ever use that name for a consumer product. Apple employees need special permission to use the chat box, and its outputs cannot be used to develop new product features for consumers. It is used for product prototyping, and it is used to answer questions about the data that is used to train it. Ajax is said to be more capable than the prior generation ChatGPT 3.5, and it has been trained on more than 200 billion parameters. As at September 2023, OpenAI's newer models are allegedly more powerful than Ajax. Apple reportedly does not have a clear strategy for how it will create a generative AI product for consumers. Apple is currently experimenting with Siri enhancement softwares that generate videos and images and multimodal AI technology that works with images, videos, and text. Apple is said to be spending millions of dollars a day on conversational AI research, as training language models requires a lot of hardware. Apple is on track to spend more than $4 billion on AI servers in 2024. More than $4 billion in 2024. That's like the projected spending, okay, on AI research. $4 billion. That is like $4 billion. The last time Ghana went for a loan was what? $3 billion. We went for $3 billion, right? Wow. $3 billion was a loan. And that loan, I think we're going to be paying for how long? Charlie, Apple is richer than Ghana. Like, what? Charlie, let me not go into that debate. Anyway, let me stay on some more news with Apple. Okay, I think today we're going to be doing more of Apple today. So Apple for Siri. Apple's work on generative AI could eventually be incorporated into its Siri voice assistant. Apple in February 2023 held an AI summit and briefed employees on its large language model work. Because of the way Siri is built, it may take Apple quite a bit of time to update its database to support new capabilities. Former Siri engineer John Giannandrea told the New York Times that Siri's cumbersome design means that adding new phrases requires rebuilding the Siri database, which can take up to 6 weeks, and each time, while more complicated features like search tools can take up to a year. So it looks like, yeah, even though they've given out the announcement, it doesn't look like, Charlie, anytime soon. But yeah, Apple is Apple. They would relax, play delay tactics, and then in the end come out with like something really better, something like, yeah, everybody would end up going for, because they own themselves they own themselves in the fact that, like, Charlie, the whole ecosystem they've built, okay, it's like if they release whatever, it's going to eventually, end up on all of the platforms, all of the devices, like you mentioned, the iPad, the MacBooks, the lap, like just all across, and you will end up just loving it and using it. Okay. Let's talk about this with Apple. So third-party AIs and bans at Apple. If many of you didn't know that Apple employees have been banned from using ChatGPT, GitHub. Now, in case you didn't know, every AI major tech company right now at this very moment has in its works, okay, some kind of a product, okay. In addition to OpenAI's ChatGPT, Chatbox, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon have all adopted generative AI for various purposes. Now, Google has also integrated AI products, okay, or generative AI into its search and other products that they have, okay, apps like Google Map, Google Flights, Google, you just mentioned it, Google Drive, and many others. Okay, now same with Microsoft has partnered with OpenAI for a version of ChatGPT that is integrated with its Bing search engine. And then Amazon is also working with a generative AI, okay, and they're using, many of you know, their Alexa, and now they're using Alexa as a voice assistant with generative AI, and it's really doing amazingly well. Alexa can shop for you, place orders. Amazon is working to enhance its Alexa voice assistant with generative AI. And then almighty Meta has also incorporated generative AI into a lot of its products, like WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, and then the recent one, what's the new chat, Charlie.